Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Edwin Fenech, President and CEO of Ferrari North America.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for being with us tonight. It's such a pleasure for me to welcome you in this very nice place. I know that we have a surprise that I don't want to spoil for you, but I hope you will enjoy this evening. And also, at last but not least, we are here for a very good reason. We are here to celebrate a huge legacy. 40 years of legacy of V8 mid-rear engine. In 1975, Ferrari launched for the first time the 308. And tonight, we are more than pleased to share with you what 40 years later we are able to do. I will not express any comments about the design. You will see, you will not be disappointed. You already seen during this short movie. I will not talk about technical figures. We will have our brand manager that will be talk about it very shortly. I'm sure you will not be annoyed, but you will be very pleased to know a little bit more about the technology behind this car. First, the name, 488 GTB. 488. I'm very pleased that we are coming back in another legacy, which is not anymore the displacements and the number of cylinders, but 488 stands for the single cylinder. Every single cylinder is 408 cc. GTB, Gran Turismo Berlinetta, that is defined among our best models in the world. Let me just stress one point of attention. This car is bringing with her tonight something new in our range of products. In these products, it's a breakthrough. We have a turbo engine. We already presented last year the California team with the turbo engine. And just to reassure you, turbo engines are not new to Ferrari. I think that we produce among the most beautiful car in the world, which is the F40, the 280, the 288 GTO, that are turbo engines. On top, Ferrari is performing Formula One. Now Formula One have turbo engines. Maybe not the same number of cylinders, but definitely the technology that we are developing in Formula One is helping us big time in developing these very extreme cars. As I say, I won't stress the fact that we have 670 horsepower under the bonnet, 100 more than the 458. I will not tell you that thanks to the design of this car, the aerodynamic, we have plus 50% of downforce at 155 miles per hour. This is not something that interests me at the moment. But I just want to tell you that this car is also the legacy of a fantastic car that maybe most of you have or had, is the 458. 458 has been a great car for us, has been definitely a milestone, has been really a bridge into the new technology for us from the 430. That was already a fantastic car. The 360 has been another breakthrough to reach the 355. That has been, for me, one of the first cars that give the opportunity for this car to be what it is. It's more than 15 years that I'm with Ferrari, and let me say that being amazed by the company you are working for is incredible. And every time we launch a new model, I always think, what can we do better than that? Where we can go? And every time we are able to deliver the best. Always a significant improvement. And this one is a real winner on that. The new engine, with this turbo engine, with the power behind the wheels, is incredible. For the people that have some reluctance about the turbo and think that turbo lag. You will try it. This turbo engine has been developed by Ferrari. What does it mean? It means that it's our own technology. We didn't buy any technology from anybody else. We developed it in-house, inside Maranello, by our engineers. Zero turbo lag. What about the sound? Come on, guys. We are Ferrari. Then the sound matters to us. Then this is a car that will surprise you. Despite being a turbo, you will see that we work very hard to have a very nice sound. The 458 also is a great legacy from another point of view. This car gave us the opportunity to be the world champion in the WEC Championship, which is the World Endurance Championship. We are still holding very tight this title. We won 2 Le Mans Series with this car. And this car gave us the opportunity to develop this one. But, as I say before, I will not tell you anything about figures and everything, because figures you can compare with competition or whatsoever. There is only one thing that can convince you that this is a great car. It's by behind the wheel, when you are behind the wheel, and you will see the emotion that we are giving to you thanks to this car. And believe me or not, but I can tell you, I can swear it, you will be amazed by this car. You will be really surprised by this car. And this is what Ferrari is about, delivering emotions. I think that in Maranello we have not only good engineers, technicians, but we have maybe someone with a special powder putting something into the cars that is really unique, and what is called the passion that we have in producing our cars, and this is unique to us. Let me thank you once again for being with us tonight. It matters to us. I hope you're going to enjoy this evening, and I wish you to enjoy this car, as I do. Thank you very much indeed, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Product Manager at Ferrari North America. Thank you for coming out, and I'd like to spend just a few minutes to take you through some of the details that make this 488 GTB so special. But before we get into the details, I'd like to think just a little bit, reflect just a little bit on what the V8 mid-engine sports car means to us and hopefully means to you. And it's two very simple concepts: fun to drive and driving emotion. We believe our cars deliver both of these in a way that nobody
We understand.
We hear you.
Switch gears out, you know, embarrassed. That's better. That'll work.
We back? Excellent. Welcome to Closed Mic Night. We believe our cars really engender an emotional connection in not only the driver, but the passenger, and even those who just see the car drive by on the street and think, someday. To trace that back to engineering, it's amazing acceleration, it's immediate response to driver input, maximum control, and yes, that hallmark Ferrari sound. Getting a little more specific, the 488 GTB. Our brief to the designers, the engineers, was a completely new car. A completely new car that respects its tradition, that delivers performance, and that showcases innovation. In terms of tradition, I can't believe it's been 40 years that we've been making the mid-engine V8 sports car. But when you look back at each of these cars and think about what it meant the day it was launched, it means the same thing the 488 does today. It's the car to have. It leads the industry in design and performance. And when we think of them today, I think the market has spoken. These cars keep going up in value. They're truly historically significant. And in terms of performance, the car delivers 670 horsepower for an increase of 100 over the 458. 560 pound-feet, that's an increase of 40% in torque. In a car that weighs slightly less, that results in some stupendous acceleration times. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, 0 to 120 in just over 8 seconds. 2 seconds faster to that benchmark than the 458. In terms of braking, we shaved 36 feet off the 120 to 0 braking. Think how many car lengths that is. Think what that means in the track. In terms of innovation, it wouldn't be a Ferrari without innovations. We have them in the engine, aerodynamics, and overall drive dynamics. First, the engine. You guys have seen the power numbers. You know that. What amazes me are two things. The throttle response at 0.8 seconds to input. It's very much like a naturally aspirated car. In fact, if we were talking about the Italia, I would tell you it's 0.7 seconds. 1/10 of a second is all that separates. Second, the sound. Equal length headers with the turbos pretty far away from the cylinder banks mean it's going to sound fantastic. In terms of aerodynamics, you can see the list of improvements. I won't take you through them, but just suffice it to say, our wind tunnel guys have been busy. All this results in a car with a 0.32 coefficient of drag that delivers over 700 pounds of downforce at speed. The most aerodynamically efficient Ferrari road car ever. And in terms of drive dynamics, for me, my favorite feature is the side slip angle control, which allows you to carry a slightly wider slip angle through curves. It actually, in fact, will work with the differential to initiate a drift if you're understeering. Truly an amazing connection to the car. In terms of design, you'll notice as soon as we take the cover off, a very aerodynamic front. The lights that are really well sculpted, really well integrated into the design of the car, and a muscular bonnet with good use of negative space to enhance the airflow around the vehicle. At the side, the profile is dominated by these scallops referential to the 308 GTB. They actually serve two functions. One is aerodynamic to reduce drag. Second is to provide a cooling air to the intercoolers. At the rear, you'll perceive a wider, lower stance, new tail lamps, new positioning of the exhaust pipes that allow the diffuser to run basically the width of the car. It looks fantastic. We didn't stop with the exterior, the interior as well. All of our controls are still on the steering wheel, but the ancillary controls are a little closer, a little more ergonomic. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say, when you get in the car, you can leave your key in your pocket. All you have to do is push the button to start the experience. Yay! The infotainment system is also new. On the left, you have the vehicle information, now with all the turbo info. On the right, a new, incredibly easy-to-use navigation system. Finally, in terms of personalization, we've got new narrow Daytona and Rosso seats, a new Rosso Corsa metallic exterior color, And new wheels, 20-inch liquid silver forged. They look fantastic. If you prefer something a little bit more elegant, you can go with beige tradizione and grigio ferro metallic with the standard wheel pictured on the right. Or you can book an appointment with our tailor-made studio in Maranello. These guys do a great job, and you'll have the 488 of your dreams. So that's it for me. Thanks a lot for your attention. What do you think? Want to see it? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please step forward and take a look at the new 488 GTB. Thank you very much.
Standing on the platform.
look at the Bentleys, the feet right selfie. Yeah, but like you said, they didn't get that.
That's gonna kill you right now. Get them all the same way?